Reporter Jessie Nguyen.
Jessie Nguyen.
Good afternoon. I'm Jessie Nguyen.
Matt, I'm here at the hub on the University Park campus where there's a polling place inside Heritage Hall. Turnout has been light so far, which is not unusual for an off-year election, but what voters are deciding today is important on the local and state level. Right here is where the repair work between Port Matilda and Grace Woods on the I-99 is currently underway. Now, the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation tells me that this project is helping the local community by prolonging the life of the roadway and improving ride quality for commuters. Pennsylvanians will also vote on a pair of judicial seats for the state Superior Court, and one seat is also open on the Commonwealth Court. You can cast your ballot at the polls until 8 p.m. tonight. Live in University Park, I'm Jessie Nguyen. Now back to you.
With anti-Semitic violence on the rise across the country over the past few years, this is not just a state college problem. The Democratic Jewish Outreach of Pennsylvania says it received reports of anti-Semitic and white supremacist literature in at least 3 other Pennsylvania towns and in New Jersey.
Thanks to the love and support of the state college community, T. Dory is able to keep its doors open and add new items to their menu, like this croffle, which is a combination of a croissant and a waffle.
To get into Hamilton Hall, students must be authorized and have one of these. Police say surveillance cameras captured Lee entering the dorm simply by following other students.
Israel is warning civilians of a new face in its war with the Islamist militant group Hamas. The Israeli government has ordered over 1 million residents of northern Gaza to leave home for their safety as its troops gear up at the border in response to Hamas's attack. Drivers in Center County are no strangers to dealing with road projects, whether it's the multi-year construction on Afterton Street or the one just finished on Route 322. Now there's a new project on I-99 that may slow down your commute.
Thanks, Jeremy. Seems like I gotta pack my raincoat for the weekend. Now on to Matt Scalzo with sports. In other news, state police say they've identified at least one suspect in a deadly shooting that happened near Indiana University of Pennsylvania this month. Starting next year, Pennsylvania will no longer fund anti-abortion efforts in the state. For nearly 30 years, the state has been funding Real Alternatives, a group that distributes state and federal funds to dozens of anti-abortion centers across the Commonwealth. But Governor Josh Shapiro says Pennsylvania will protect women's reproductive rights. Lots of people in our area have family ties to Israel and that region, and they're watching the developments closely. I talked with some of them about their strong reactions to the war.
I'm not intimidated. I'm disgusted.
Police are investigating anti-Semitic messages distributed to several state college neighborhoods in the past week. One of them was in front of the home of former Borough Council President Evan Myers.
They were flyers with vile, disgusting messages on them. I don't want to repeat what was on them. That would give life and exposure to the hateful people that put them out there.
Myers wasn't the only one on the receiving end of the disturbing flyers. Police say similar posters were spotted a couple of weeks ago in downtown State College. Penn State Hillel, an organization that aims to serve about 5,000 Jewish students at Penn State, says it's doing everything to fight back.
I think that what's most important is that our community, and I don't just mean the Jewish community, I mean the Penn State community, the larger state college community, come together to support anyone who is targeted by hate.
With anti-Semitic violence on the rise across the country over the past few years, this is not just a state college problem. The Democratic Jewish Outreach of Pennsylvania says it received reports of anti-Semitic and white supremacist literature in at least 3 other Pennsylvania towns and in New Jersey.
According to a report by the Anti-Defamation League, anti-Semitic incidents rose 36% from 2021 to 2022, while bomb threats toward Jewish schools and synagogues spiked from 8 to 91. The DJOP is calling on politicians to help stop the hate.
Our elected leaders have an obligation to speak out against this and let their voters know that this is inappropriate behavior.
In State College, I'm Jessie Nguyen for the Center County Report. It's election day across Pennsylvania, and a lot is at stake, especially in our local towns and counties.
The status of our democracy, so whether or not we are a country with free and fair elections, which is, I think, the most important issue in a democracy. If that's at stake, then really you have a democratic crisis on your hands.
Among the key races, school board positions and 2 Center County commissioner seats. The board is the chief governing body for the county. There are important state-level races too.
Here at the Hub Robinson Center is one of the many places State College residents can go on November 7th to cast their ballot. Both Penn State College Democrats and Republicans say this municipal election is extremely pivotal as voters will select the state's newest Supreme Court justice.
Democrat Daniel McCaffery is going against Republican Carolyn Carluccio for an open seat on the Supreme Court. Carluccio's opposition to abortion access has drawn criticism from Planned Parenthood and other reproductive rights groups.
In Pennsylvania, the law of the land for abortion is you can go get an abortion if you need to. And so saying that this is just going to come before the court is highly improbable as far as I know.
But Charkis disagrees.
Multiple judges said that, abortion is the settled law of the land and stuff like that. It turned out that they were willing to toss out Roe v. Wade.
The court currently has a 4-2 Democratic majority, which Klein hopes to change.
Today, we are in a county where, it does flip around. We're in a state that flips around, and your vote does mean more depending on where you come from.
In State College, I'm Jessie Nguyen for the Center County Report. This is the man police say secretly recorded women as they showered in a Penn State dorm. 24-year-old Jin Yu Lee is not a student here. The Bollesburg man is accused of filming the women at Hamilton Hall on the University Park campus. Penn State police responded there twice, on October 7th and 14th, to complaints of a phone camera pointed in the shower stall. So how does someone get in?
To get into Hamilton Hall, students must be authorized and have one of these. Police say surveillance cameras captured Lee entering the dorm simply by following other students through the doors.
Hamilton Hall resident Danielle Boda lives on the 3rd floor where the first incident happened.
It was scary. I started going downstairs to shower because downstairs are where the pods are. So I started going down there to shower for a couple weeks.
Just last week, Lee was released on bail,
which made me scared all over again.
A statement from University Police and Public Safety reads, "The safety of our campus community is always Penn State's top priority. Police urge students to not let anyone they don't know into the residence halls." West Dorm's resident Weston Boyd agrees.
I do feel a little bit nervous for my safety, but I really think that this is a pretty isolated incident, so I'm not too worried about it happening again or anything.
In University Park, I'm Jessie Nguyen for the Center County Report.